Huainan is a very happy place. They are very happy in that place. But I feel like I can't leave my home again, so I have to stay in Colorado. It's really fun. The food is really nice, and I got to see Ellie's orphanage and where she was from, Huainan, and we've been to Beijing, Huainan, Hangzhou.
My sister Annika and I went to China to visit my orphanage and also visit the province that I came from and go around and just go sightseeing. And we went to the market that I was left at, and we left a sign there saying who I was and that I was happy and that I was living in America and that I was adopted by a good American family. And then in 2009, my family, we all went to China again. We went to a different province, Henan, and we went to go adopt my younger sister, Sophia. So that was cool. And now I'm back for a third time. So this is my third time to go to China. On November 19th, 2014, Ellora and Annika Bultema headed to the Colorado Springs airport at 4:30 a.m. to go to China with their brother Hans and his girlfriend Lauren.
The first thing I noticed was the smell. It wasn't a bad smell, but it was just very distinct, kind of like fish and fried food and smog. And there are people everywhere. So many people. Way more people than any place I've ever been. Another thing that's really stood out in my mind that's very different from American culture is the way they eat. They eat a lot, or the meals are like Thanksgiving, every meal, but every meal would have like 10 dishes of food. And that's been probably one of my favorite things.
When last time we were here, we were always in like this kind of bubble of foreigners where we never really went and experienced like the China experience like we did this time.
I'm here with my boyfriend Hans and Ellora and Annika, and I've never been to Asia. We're just here to sightsee and experience the culture.
This trip is a different one because we didn't really have an agenda. We weren't really going there to adopt someone or to go to an orphanage. We came here to experience China, get immersed in the culture. And now that I'm older and my sister Annika is older, we study Chinese at school, so it's interesting to see how that we can actually pick up on some of the language being spoken here and kind of understand. It's different because my parents didn't come with us, and it's just my older brother who has lived in China before. He can speak Chinese fluently.
When you talk to Chinese people, they're less in awe of you being a foreigner and just sort of being stupefied by that, and they ask you more substantive questions about your views about things or how your life is different from theirs, and they're more, like I said, more aware of their place in the world, and they're better equipped to understand other people's places in the world.
When I went in, I think it was 5th grade to adopt Sophia, I think I was, more aware of, oh, I'm gonna go to China, we're gonna adopt someone from there who's old enough. She was about 6 when we adopted her, so she had already, started a life in China, and we were gonna bring her back to America.
So I was with my nanny, and she gave me I think an album, and then one day when we were taking nap time in preschool, they just when I was about to fall asleep, they took me and cleaned me off a little bit, I think, and then I went to see Hans, and then a few days later, I think, Mom and Dad came.
At my orphanage, I got to help the orphanage people, and I saw a baby with a cleft lip. So, and I saw a girl that I felt really sorry for, because she had something wrong with her heart, and if they did surgery on her, she would die.
Well, the last interview was taken when I was 7. So I'd say what has changed, I'm obviously older. I'm about twice that age. I'm 15 now. Yeah, I'm 15 now. So I'm older, and I think that trip was it was supposed to be very emotional, because I was going to visit my old orphanage, and I was going back to the province I was born in, and I think it was just supposed to be an emotional trip. While this one is supposed to be emotional, but more an experience.
We passed by a funeral, and then we came to this orphanage, and so we got to see lots of babies, and there was a cleft lip baby that looked like he needs some help.
I don't think I really cared as much about the differences in culture. Just eating the food, there's a lot of social things that are acceptable and not acceptable. I don't think I was really aware of that when I was here last time.
When I went in to go visit my orphanage, I was in 2nd grade, and I don't know, I don't think I really understood what I was doing. I think I knew that I was going to a foreign country, and I wasn't going to understand the language that was going to be spoken, but I don't think I understood this is kind of part of who I am.
So, do you think that your mom will ever see you again? No, but we did put up a sign at the market, so maybe she'll read it and say, "That's my baby girl. She's healthy." And what is this market? This market is where we put up the sign, and where we put up the sign, that's where I was last time my mom found me, or my American mom.
Oh, well, I finished nursing school in 2005, and I went with a couple of my friends that were nurses, Diana Sung, who'd been to the orphanage in Guilin, and one of her roommates from college, and I was very excited and hoping that I could do something. And we got to the orphanage, and it was very hard for Americans to get past the officials, and basically they let us hold babies and feed babies and change their diapers. I think the most interesting thing for me was that they were doing a lot of casting for club feet. It's a Ponseti casting method, and so the doctors would come in every week and cast the babies that had club feet. And of course, here we have a baby and you hold a baby when it cries, and all these babies were just in their cribs, so it was good to hold them and give them baths and try to give them a little bit of attention and feel like I was trying to make a difference. But I kept thinking that somebody might adopt these kids, so every time I would hold them, I would, try to think happy thoughts and pray for them and help them feel the human touch. I think I was especially drawn to the cleft lip babies because they're sort of hard to look at with their giant smiles that go from their lips to their nose. And I remember I liked feeding the cleft lip babies because it was really hard to feed them. It took a long time, and the nannies wouldn't take the time to feed them, and I thought, oh, I'm making a difference feeding this baby. We did do some things with the older children, taught them how to brush their teeth, and we tried to provide some activities for their like little school, but it didn't leave as much of an impact, I think, for me as just holding the babies. China has changed our life. I mean, how many times have I been to China? 8 or 10. I have 3 beautiful girls from China. I have a son that decided to study Chinese in college and graduate school and live and work in China.
I work on China-related issues for businesses. I came to China when I was 18 years old, senior in high school with the fam. We were on a tour, and we saw all of the sites that tour groups go to see. Forbidden City, terracotta soldiers, all those things.
We go to Chinese Heritage Camp. We go to the Chinese New Year Festival every year here. I'm still very close to my friends that have adopted from China. So I think it's shaped my web of relationships.
China has impacted the Bultema's lives in many different ways, whether it's been through the food, the culture, the adoption trips, or just the memories. China has stuck with each of them and shaped their lives in unimaginable ways.
What was your favorite part about the trip?
My favorite part was the food and shopping. I liked the silk market because I got like 3 pairs of silk pants. Comfy.
Okay, Ellie, what was the favorite part about the trip for you?
My favorite part about this trip was the baozi we ate on the first day. That was really, really good. And then the crepes that we ate when we had the wonton tea at the breakfast place. And then I forget what it's, the Chinese donuts. I forgot how you say them.
Youtiao.
Youtiao.
So it was all sort of downhill after the first day, is what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.